When you're scrolling through another endless list of beauty gadgets, the temptation is to jump on the first thing that promises 12-in-1 miracles and a splash of hydrooxygen for flawless skin. I get that hesitation. You've probably wondered whether you'll end up with a clutter of attachments you never use, or a pricey device that feels more like a novelty than a daily workhorse. In this review, I'm going to break down exactly how the IN1 12-in-1 skincare hydro-oxygen device performs in real life, what kind of routine it actually fits into, and whether the price tag translates into genuine value. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the core idea behind this kind of device. The market has been flooded with single-purpose tools: LED masks for acne, microcurrent pens for lifting, ultrasonic cleansers for deep pores. The promise of a 12-in-1 system is to consolidate those tools so you don't need a whole drawer of gadgets. In practice, that consolidation matters only if each function works well enough to replace its dedicated counterpart. The IN1 model tries to do that by combining hydrooxygen infusion, several massage modes, and a few light therapy settings into a single handheld unit with a digital interface. Who should consider buying this? If you already have a fairly elaborate skincare routine that includes a separate ultrasonic cleanser, a separate LED mask, and maybe a facial roller, you'll likely find the all-in-one approach appealing because it reduces countertop clutter and eliminates the need to learn multiple apps. It also makes sense for people who travel a lot or who live in smaller apartments where space is at a premium. The device's versatility shines when you're looking for a quick boost before a meeting or a more thorough session on a lazy weekend. Who should skip it? If you're a minimalist who sticks to a simple cleanser toner moisturizer routine, or if you're already satisfied with a single tool that you know works, say, a proven LED mask for acne, adding a multifunction device may just introduce unnecessary complexity. Also, anyone who's sensitive to temperature changes or who has skin conditions that react unpredictably to oxygen therapy should consult a dermatologist before experimenting with hydrooxygen infusion. Now, onto the practical strengths. The biggest win for me was the hydrooxygen boost. The device pulls in ambient air, enriches it with water vapor, and directs that micromist onto the skin. In a real-world test using it after a standard morning cleanse, I noticed a subtle plumping effect within a few minutes, similar to what you get from a professional misting treatment. It's not a dramatic transformation, but the added hydration made my moisturizer glide on more evenly, which is a tangible benefit if you struggle with dry patches. The other notable feature is the user-centric interface. The screen is bright enough to read in a well-lit bathroom, and the button layout lets you toggle between modes without having to flip through a manual. Switching from a gentle vibration massage to a more intense microcurrent setting takes a single tap. For someone who isn't tech-savvy, that simplicity reduces the learning curve that often turns a promising gadget into a forgotten drawer item. Versatility is another strength, but it comes with a caveat. The 12-in-1 claim includes a mix of massage heads, LED light options, and an ultrasonic cleaning mode. In practice, you'll spend most of your time using the hydrooxygen mist and the vibration massage because those are the quickest ways to see a benefit. The LED lights red, blue, and a combination are present, but the intensity is lower than dedicated LED masks. If you're targeting acne with blue light or collagen production with red light, you'll likely need a stronger source for clinical results. So, the device covers the basics, but it doesn't replace a professional-grade LED treatment. A hidden trade-off appears in the form of battery life. The unit runs on a rechargeable lithium-ion pack that claims up to 3 hours of continuous use. In real usage, averaging a 10-minute session each morning and evening, I found myself recharging after about 10 days. That's acceptable for most users, but if you plan on using multiple modes in one sitting, you'll want to keep the charger handy. Another practical consideration is cleaning. Because the device channels water and oxygen through small apertures, you need to wipe the nozzle after each use to prevent mineral buildup, especially if you use hard water. The manufacturer includes a tiny brush, but it's easy to overlook, and neglect can lead to clogging after a few weeks. So, the maintenance routine is a bit more involved than a simple handheld massager. From a value standpoint, the price point sits in the mid to high range for home beauty devices. You're essentially paying for the convenience of having several tools in one, plus the novelty of hydro-oxygen technology. If you compare it to buying an ultrasonic cleanser, $70, an LED mask, $120, and a facial roller, $30, separately, the total cost would exceed the price of the IN1 unit. However, if you only intend to use the hydro-oxygen mist and occasional vibration, you might be overpaying for the features you never touch.